make Montgomery better tomorrow than it is today. And I personally believe it's exceptional today. But what can we do today, tomorrow, and the next day to ensure that in 100 years, we're going to have access to drinking water. We're going to have high-paying jobs in Montgomery so that today's kids can do the same thing that me and my friends did. We grew up, we stayed in Montgomery and chose to raise our families here because it's safe, because we have access to jobs, because we have good schools. That's why I do this. That's why I want to be involved. So we moved to Montgomery when I was 3 years old. And so my family grew up in Boulder Hill. What really struck me about growing up everywhere in the village was that sense of community. You know, my brother and I delivered the newspapers for the neighborhood, and we knew everyone. I did get my first job in Montgomery, but I also worked part-time in the summers for the Oswego Land Park District. After college, I moved back, then settled down here in the historic downtown part of Montgomery with my wife. And again, really fell in love with the community. Now it's kind of come full circle where I'm getting to enjoy watching my own kids kind of grow up in a neighborhood that they feel safe in, that they have lots of kids that are their age, that now they're going to the block parties, and I'm watching them run around the neighborhood. To watch both of my children grow up in the community that I was raised brings me a sense of joy, excitement for them, because they're now seeing some of the great aspects of this community that I saw. One of my most fond memories when I lived down at the end of River Street was kayaking on our Fox River with my son and with my dog. We would kayak up to the dam, and we would turn around and kayak down. One of the things about the rich history that I was honestly unaware of as a kid growing up is the tremendous amount of manufacturing jobs that were located right here in Montgomery, many of which right here downtown. The idea that our downtown here, all of Boulder Hill, was really created as a place for our manufacturing employees to live and raise their families. One of the more impactful projects that we have been working on in recent years was finding new tenants to move into and new owners for the Caterpillar site, which has now been annexed into Montgomery. It was a top priority of ours, finding new forward-thinking businesses that can move in, that can provide the jobs that our community had and historically has had for the last 100+ years. We have new businesses that are either investing in the facilities that we had or merging with existing businesses that have been in town to not only keep jobs here, but also build jobs maybe for the next generation of Montgomery residents. So I think back to right after college. I'm a civil engineer by trade, and it was the first time that I thought, you know, I'd really like to get more involved in my community. And it's kind of the thing that we talk about with all of our residents, is really try and make this your community, invest in your community. And so I reached out to the mayor at the time, Marilyn Michelini, and asked if I could serve on Plan Commission. One thing led to another, and several years later was elected mayor. While I was serving on Plan Commission, I remember distinctly the Fox Valley Park District petitioning for the massive expansion of Stewart Sports Complex on our west side. It was the topic of a lot of conversations, but I specifically remember our police chief at the time speaking at that meeting, touting that this would be the new crown jewel in Montgomery. And that was over a decade ago, and it has certainly turned into that. The village is going to be investing in a pedestrian bridge that for the first time will allow our residents on the south side of US 30 to get into Stewart to access the trails and paths without having to cross US 30 at one of our stoplights. One of our challenges as a community is and always has been an identity. We're part of 5 different school districts who provide amazing service to our students here in Montgomery, but that leaves us without one high school to rally around. So one of the things that we have taken upon ourselves here at the village is to really try to build that sense of identity of what it means to live here in the village of Montgomery. So in the next several years, one of our prime focuses is going to be bringing awareness to the beautiful things in our downtown, all the amenities that you have access to as a village resident, both downtown, on our east side of town, and then also on the west side of town. My personal favorite project, probably the most important project that we are working on in Montgomery is solidifying Lake Michigan drinking water. We've spent the better part of the last 10 years looking at and studying that the aquifers that we drain our water from right now are depleting. And so it's been a high priority of our village staff and our board to fully investigate an option for the future. The best option turned out to be a Lake Michigan drinking water. So right now we are knee-deep in the early stages of design for extension of a transmission main that will run water from the DuPage Water Commission into the Village of Montgomery and our partners in Oswego and Yorkville. So this is and will be a very impactful project for the future of our village, for our businesses, and for our residents to secure high-quality drinking water for generations to come. Making the choices that we're making about some of these things, like annexing the grid or extending water into Montgomery, are part and parcel. The reason why folks should get involved in local government is to plan for the future for a better community, to make Montgomery better tomorrow than it is today. And I personally believe it's exceptional today. But what can we do today, tomorrow, and the next day to ensure that in 100 years, we're going to have access to drinking water. We're going to have high-paying jobs in Montgomery so that today's kids can do the same thing that me and my friends did.